Hello and welcome back to another video. If you haven't seen my first part in this DIY Dolls House series, please go back and watch that to an introduction to this house and what our plans were and everything like that before you watch this one. But if you have, then thank you, and let's get into this one. So in this video I will be tackling the windows. So the windows in this house have no window panes. I have a hunch that some naughty Sylvanian has been throwing stones at this house. So this is how the windows look before. Everything on the house is a yellow plastic essentially, apart from the roof, which is blue. So for my first task on this house, I wanted to tackle the windows. So I hunted the house out and find some old packaging from some kind of technology thing, which had this kind of plastic see-through acetate, which was perfect. I needed it to be flat so it would fit the panes. Now, originally I decided for some stupid reason to cut out all of the panes individually and measure them, which was a big waste of time because I thought it would look better, but I mean it probably does look better to do it this way, but it just didn't work. By the time I had painted the windows and put them in, and it was scraping off the paint that I'd already put on, it was a mess. So essentially I just kind of scrapped this and just did large panes of glass and stuck them from the inside instead of trying to push them into the holes like it was a real house. So I won't bore you with that footage, mainly because I didn't film it, but because it is very boring and tedious and the glass is see-through so you can't really see it anyway. But before I did all that, I decided to paint the windows white and the shutters black. That's the decision I've made based on the reference images I'm looking at. I just did this with Winston Newton acrylic, which is pretty thick paint. It worked really well. I did maybe 2-3 coats on it to really get off that yellow tinge that's coming through. And I also then finished it with a Liquidex varnish for acrylic paint, which gives it a glossy finish and kind of smoothed out the matteness of the acrylic. So that worked really well. It took quite a bit of time because it's quite fiddly, but you know, it's done now. The windows are renovated. It's looking good. Even Hedgie the Sylvanian is getting in on the action. He wanted to paint the windows, but he just is a bit of a control freak and likes to check up on me and what I'm doing. He's really acting like a landlord right now, but I don't know, I'm building him his house, so I don't know where he gets that idea from. So here's a few pictures of a film of me painting the little house windows white. It took quite a while, I'm going to say quite a while, because it's just fiddly work. I mean, painting windows is hard work. Then I also went on to paint the shutters that are on this house black. No particular reason, just copying my reference image. I popped it up there earlier, so you'll see what I'm working from generally. Not too sure on what the outer facing of the house is going to be, whether I'm going to be doing brick, whether I'm going to be doing stone, or just paint it white. I don't know. I would like to do something more textural, maybe a stone and then paint that white so it kind of looks like an old thatched cottage. I'm not too sure yet, but let me know in the comments what you think would look good on the facing of this house, and if you have any ideas of how to do that. I've seen some people using egg cartons because they're quite textural paper and cutting them up into little cubes and then sticking them onto the house and then painting over. That looks quite fun to do and quite effective. But anyway, the next thing I did was sort out the shutter issues. For some reason there's only one pair of shutters on these windows, so I need to match that, otherwise the house is going to look derelict. So I decided to do that from scratch. So I don't have that much crafting stuff at the moment. I've only got really popsicle sticks and cocktail sticks, so that's all I had really to use. So basically what I did was I cut a popsicle stick in half to make these very small little planks essentially, and then I scalpeled off the edging to make these joins like you would have in a regular drawer or a cupboard or something. And I cut out a piece of card to the size that I needed, then glued them 4 pieces of wood on top. Then I got cocktail sticks or skewer sticks and just cut them to the size and placed them in the little drawer box that I've just made. I did all this with hot glue, by the way, and yeah, just placed them all in there and stacked them all up until they looked like shutters, and then just painted them to the colour that you want. Really easy and pretty effective. I would like to get some different glue because hot glue is very messy and requires a lot of trimming. But that's it, that's the shutters done. I made 2 pairs of these, so 4. I don't know if I'm going to make some for the top windows. I don't think it's necessary, but we'll see. Maybe I will, I don't know. But this is how they looked up against the windows. They fit so snugly. It was so satisfying to place them in there after working on them for like 2 hours or something. But yeah, so I just painted them black to match the theme that I'm going for. And that's it. I'll show you the after shots of the windows with all the panes in and the shutters in and everything. So here are the before shots of how the windows looked. And here are the after shots once renovated. So guys, that finishes episode 2 of renovating Applewood Cottage. I think the next video I will upload will probably be a shorter video just on the shutters themselves and how to make them, but the third series in the episode will be next. I think probably the roofing, so, or maybe the facing. I think maybe the facing of the house, yeah, the exterior of the house and what we're going to do with that. So if you have any ideas, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you all in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.